I love you. Have a good day. This life's been kind to me, and I've got to change. To stop taking it for granted. I should have looked at this view more. I'll do that from now on. The little things matter. Take this elevator button. Someone made it look that way, and I never even thought about it once. There are so many things I've never really looked at. Things that work perfectly, but I just ignore. I get stuck in patterns, doing the same thing every day. It feels like I'm locked in. I'm going to change things. It feels like I drifted into these routines. Some routine is good, sure. Other patterns, they're just habits with no meaning. It's easy to forget to appreciate them. I should have paid more attention to the small stuff, not locked on to avoiding everything that matters. Living carefree has been good, but it's not going anywhere. It's time to take control. I love that cafe. On warm evenings, sometimes I sit there with a glass of wine, waiting to catch Harry on his way back from work. The park is beautiful. He's got to know how I feel about him. I love him so much. Patterns. The same start again. The same alarm tone that Harry can sleep through. This isn't what I imagined or wanted. Drifting through one day after another. Together, but not aware? Something like that. The same stories I've carried with me for years between houses. Why have I just passed by this for so long? It's beautiful. I think I'll wear this one. It's Harry's favorite t-shirt on me. These daily things, they're good, but weigh us down too. I've got to a good place in life, but I feel like I'm not taking it further. I feel like I should try to break patterns. I usually use the bathroom first. Yeah, let's not get carried away with changing everything. Only change if it makes sense. I need to get myself on track, us on track. Show what I really feel. I should ask Harry to marry me. Yeah, that feels right. Marriage. It seems so simple. I know this is the real thing. If I think about Sarah, I loved her. I still do. But it's not like how I feel about Harry.
It was the first day at university. I was terrified. My parents drove me up to the student village. The back of the car was stuffed with everything that I owned. I tried to look confident. It was faked. I'm not sure anyone noticed either way. Paul always liked Will. I doubt my biological dad would have. Looking at all my things in the boot of the car, I never knew I had so much stuff. I went inside first. I had a room to myself in a shared house, and we already had the keys. I don't remember where we got them from. Mum or Paul must have picked them up from the admin person, I guess. Walking into my dorm room for the first time, I kind of remember how it felt for me. I never thought back then how it would have felt for Mum and Paul. Soon they were going to drive away and go home to an empty house. Just a few more boxes, and their kid wouldn't be living with them anymore. I was unloading in a dream. I had a room that was all my own. It seemed unreal. Cheap carpet and a thin mattress. It didn't matter. It was my space. It had 4 walls and a door that I could lock. I was frightened, sure, but also excited. I had my own key and all the stuff that goes with that. I wondered if anyone was going to be interested in me. I suppose we all felt ugly in some way. It's a strong word, but I thought everyone was beautiful except me. Smartish. Pretty, but pretty bland. I was trying hard to be more. Not only in the background of every scene. I didn't see that we all were pretending, really. It wasn't fireworks when I first saw him, but I thought he was cute. Well, kind of sexy. Actually, cute's the right word. I didn't really think about sexy back then, I guess. It's funny to think back, like this, now. Will must have been in the lectures over the first few weeks, but I didn't notice him, if I'm honest. I was so busy with everything and just learning how to live, do laundry, cook every day, that kind of thing. I next remember seeing Will through the window of the Union Bar. I recognized him then from the first day, and I remembered liking how he'd look back at me then. The music scene was good back then. Blur, Pulp, Elastica, Thingy, Suede. All those bands were great. Not that the Union played them much. It was more dancey in there. Fridays at the Union were always the same. Crowds of people, the windows steaming up completely, and sticky floors. I kind of miss it. I guess I set my sights on him that night. I was determined to at least talk to him. It's not easy to find someone when you're not so tall and the lights are low. Spotting Will in the crowd is hard. I think I was changing fast. It'd only been a couple of weeks since I got to uni, but I felt very different. I know it sounds weird, but I always felt that Will was a good person. The kind of person I wanted to be around. It was true, too. Will was talking to another guy when I found him. I don't remember what I said to join in the conversation. I think I was pretty obvious in my intentions. We had a few drinks and I remember pulling him outside. You know the feeling, the rush of anticipation? I was getting that so much. It was cold, but in a welcome way. We went to sit for a moment, to look at the view. And that was when he first kissed me. We went to the cinema for our first proper date. We sat in the middle, surrounded by people. I felt nervous to touch him with all the people nearby. We both fidgeted, trying to work out how to start. I kept on trying to look at him from the side to see if he was looking at me. I shifted in my seat a bit, letting my leg touch his. I was so smooth. I wanted to hold his hand, but he seemed to shy away. Or maybe he didn't intend that. The film had that guy in it who always acts crazy but then does lots of action kick-ass stuff. We weren't really paying attention, I think. It was like everything else faded out. I finally made an actual move and put my hand on his leg. I felt so relieved when he smiled at me. He reached out and gently brushed my cheek with his hand, guiding my face to his. He closed his eyes and kissed me, placing his lips softly onto mine. We locked our fingers together and watched the rest of the film. We didn't let go until ages after we left the cinema. Even as we left, there was something else there. Did you ever have a love that you felt so strongly that you knew it had to end? Will always gave the impression of confidence, like he always had a grand plan. I wish I knew if he saw that end coming too, like I felt it was. I don't know if that would have made how it went any easier.